Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Tonife Runer EDC fixed blade. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. It will really help the channel out. Thanks. Tonife is a Hong Kong knife brand that I honestly never heard of. I was looking for a neck knife and I saw this on AliExpress. Reviews were good and it was not expensive. It cost US $18 depending on prevailing currency exchange rates. Now let's open this up, but first let's have a look at the box. So it's just a printed box. There's some specifications of the knife over here. There's a bit of branding. Personally, to me, not a very aesthetically pleasing box, but I guess it will do. So let's open this up. You get some paracord. This is for the neck knife carrying. And if we reach inside, we'll get the knife itself, which we'll look at in just a bit. We've got some product information, I believe. Well, this talks about the brand itself and the different types of knives they have, from ceramic, kitchen, silicone, outdoor, and different tools as well. So just a bit of information on Tonife. And I believe we have the sheath inside. Right, okay, so let's put this aside and open these parts up. This is a Kydex sheath, which we'll talk about in just a bit. And we've got the knife itself. So this knife, pretty small, as you can see. So that looks like, what, just under 5 inches. So it's a really small knife. In fact, it's smaller than I thought. It's good that they come with this nice silicone protector over here, so you don't stab yourself. So there is this Kydex sheath as well. So I'll tell you what, let's talk about the knife itself first and just look at some of the specs. So the blade length is 1.85 inches. The handle length is just 2.5 inches, and the overall length is 4.69 inches. The weight is 1.45 ounces, and that's about 41 grams. So very light, very small. And you can see you can't really get a 4-finger purchase. It's just 3 fingers, just like that. And now small to medium hands, if you've got really large hands, maybe I would still think, yeah, you could get 3 fingers there, pretty good. And then you put your thumb over here. There's some mount jimping over here, so you can get some grip. So this is a very tiny knife. Okay, so that's important to note. But at the same time, I think very easy to conceal and very lightweight. So this is a plain edge, flat grind drop point with a satin finish. The blade thickness is 2.8 mm, so just under 3 mm, and the blade steel is HCR 14 MOV. Now, HCR 14 MOV is a steel with very high carbon and chromium content. So after heat treatment, which varies with the manufacturing company, it has high hardness, great resistance for wear, and excellent corrosion resistance. Now, many knife companies use this steel to make budget knives, especially those made in China. The handle is G10. Now, this is black, but it's also available in sand and green. So that's jumping over here, jumping over here. Again, I think this is just really to get that good grip. And I guess these holes over here, maybe to reduce weight even more, or it could be for design features. But I would say the ergos are actually not too bad for what it is in terms of kind of like a backup knife, one of many backup knives, or you just want something for very fine work. I can see this actually being pretty good. Let's have a look at the sheath. So this is Kydex, and Kydex is this thermoplastic that is molded around the blade and really holds it in place. So the way it works, I'm going to take this out. That should clip in just like that, and it will not fall out because it's really form fitted over the knife. Oh, and I guess that's why there is this particular hole, so they could actually form the Kydex into that hole like an indent, so that really holds it in. So that makes sense. So they do have holes. So the standard Kydex kind of hole distance is either 1.5 inches or 0.75 inches apart. This is the 3/4 inch one, and they've got this metal clip. So this is kind of clip that you can put on your belt. Just, I would say, yeah, just under 2 inches, maybe 1.75 inches. That's the belt size that you can go up to. But this is great to, you know, you could put it upside down if you wanted. You could put it vertically. You might even be able to shift this a bit so you can have it at a kind of a slanted angle. So for quick deployment, you can just grab it. If you cross draw it, if you're right-handed, for example, you put this on the left side of your waistband at front, you could cross draw it very quickly. So that's actually pretty nice. And then you also have the paracord where you can thread it through to use this as a neck knife. And as I've talked about neck knives before, it's very important. If you have any neck knife or any kind of survival necklace, you do want to have a breakaway connector in the cord, so that if your knife or the cord gets caught in a branch, or if you're out in the jungle, you do want it to break away so it doesn't cause harm to your neck. So that's pretty good. So I like this knife because there are different options to carry. The package is very complete. I personally like Kydex sheaths, especially in this part of the world where it's tropical climate, lots of high humidity. I prefer Kydex over leather sheaths, and the fit is very good for the sheath. Now the knife itself, I think I like the geometry. Looks good, feels good. Now it is a small knife, but you are getting what you're paying for in terms of what it is. It doesn't claim to be a big knife. So if you're looking for a neck knife or just a really small secondary knife that you can keep handy to pull out for small tasks, I think this works. So let's talk about urban EDC. Now, if you can carry a fixed blade, or if you want to carry a fixed blade, I feel this probably works very well. It's a very small knife, not very intimidating, could do all your urban EDC tasks, and you've got that multiple ways you can carry it. You can even just put it in a pouch just like that. And the blade size, you know, less than 2 inches. So, you know, maybe you could carry it around depending on the restrictions in your particular country or your city. Now, for an outdoor EDC, if I'm going out into the jungle, I can see this as definitely as a neck knife. It's nice and light. I could build my survival system around the sheath, or I could also clip this to my pack or my belt, again, as a backup, as probably a third secondary knife in my case. But what do you think of this knife? Do you like the size? Do you like the look? Do you think it works for urban or outdoor EDC? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep it sheath, keep it safe.